I had such a good sleep last night. I think I slept for about 9.5 hours. Probably would have slept longer if I hadn't have been woken up by a pack of coyotes that were kind of howling and running around for about an hour. They sounded like they were right behind my tent, but they were probably miles away. But yeah, that woke me up this morning, so I was lying in bed listening to them. So today it's a bit warmer than it has been because I'm at a lower elevation. I think I'm only at about 4,500 feet at the moment. So I slept nice and snugly warm last night, and especially with my sleeping bag liner as well. That was so nice and cozy. So that was a real good purchase. I was happy with that. So today I am just going to try and hike as long as possible, usual, and take in what I can of Oregon, because as much as I've done Oregon so far, there hasn't been a great amount of scenery, but I believe that the next couple of stretches are going to be really nice, and I think I'm going past 2 large reservoirs today, so it'll be nice to see those. As promised, I'm going to tell you something that I am going to miss about trail and something I'm not going to miss about trail. So I'm not going to miss having to filter my water every time I want to get something to drink, because especially when it's cold and you squeeze in a cold water bottle into your bottle, and it takes so much time. So I'm looking forward to actually having water from a tap when I get home. So that's not something I'm going to miss. And something that I'm going to miss is a reflection of yesterday, really. Meeting people along the trail and becoming good friends. So like Kevin and Jennifer, oh my gosh. If I hadn't have done this, I would never have met them two. And they are the nicest people you've ever met in your life. They are, I don't know, there is definitely something about hikers as well. And people with that nature that are outdoorsy and want to live a minimal lifestyle and that kind of thing. So I'm going to really miss meeting other fellow hikers, because that has made this journey so special for me. I think when I came out here I expected to be on my own a lot and craved being on my own. I actually thought, I'm happy on my own, I'm looking forward to the solitude. But it's the people that have made this experience so enjoyable, which is the big thing that surprised me, I think. So I will miss them, and yeah, it's going to be strange going home, because you'll see day hikers and that'll be it, and then you'll go carry on and you won't see them again. But on the trail you keep bumping into the same people, and it's like family. It just feels like family out here. So yeah, they're my 2 things for today. So let me show you my scenery about what's around. It is pretty much like a meadowy type of thing that I've been walking through this morning, with lots of trees and a few open areas which have been nice. And you can see here the sun is rising at somewhere. I'm not sure where it's rising from, but it has been quite mellow this morning. But the colours are starting to come out with autumn. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the different types of leaves that I'm going to see in Oregon. I know there's a lot of trees and the green tunnel, I think they call it. But I'm actually looking forward to that, because I love watching the leaves change. It's one of my favourite times of year. That was so funny. I'm literally hiking along, just really appreciating being out here again and enjoying the sounds of nature. Everything's quiet apart from the odd little bird sound, thinking, oh, it's so nice to be out in the wilderness again. And then all of a sudden I hear a car in the distance on a dirt track and come across all these great big pylons. And I'm just like, maybe I'm not as far out in nature as I realised. I've got to say, that's got to be one of the worst road names ever. Dead Indian Road, that's crazy. Oh, but yeah, that's where I'm heading. not sure why the PCT sign's wrapped up in a plastic bag. Maybe it was cold as well and needed an extra bit of insulation. And we've got another one right there as well. I have to say this for Oregon so far. They do signpost the trail very well. I've had some sections where you've not seen little PCT markers for a very long time. But yeah, they've been quite good in Oregon. I have just had a perfect moment. Oh, I think sometimes you can have a whole day where not much happens, but then all of a sudden it just takes a few seconds and your whole day is transformed. I was walking along in the trees and I just caught a bird flying from my left across me, and as I looked up it was a huge owl. You know, one of those with the great big faces, the big round heads. Oh, it was incredible and it just took my breath away. I literally just stopped, watched it fly right in front of me, which was probably about only 10 steps in front of me, and it was just silent. Oh, I think I welled up a little bit. It kind of took my breath away. Oh, it was so amazing to see it so close. I've never seen one of those types of owls in my entire life. I've seen little owls and the odd barn owl maybe in the past at home, but oh, it was incredible. It was so beautiful. It really was. I'll probably get a better view of this in a little while, but just in case, this is Hyatt Reservoir. It's a very peaceful little area. I have literally just been climbing up all afternoon since lunch, and the scenery hasn't changed one little bit apart from the amount of trees. As you can see, there's more trees on the floor than I think there is standing. Absolutely crazy little area to walk through, but it's been kind of nice. It's not too hot, it's been steady, and I think I'm about 2 miles from the summit section today, and then it's downhill all the way down to camp. But yeah, nothing eventful's happened this afternoon, just been plodding along. I've just stopped for an afternoon snack. I am having some deluxe mixed nuts. No ordinary nuts, they're deluxe. It's almonds, cashews, pecans, pistachios and hazelnuts. And I've just been looking at gut hooks, and in about 5.5 miles there is a cabin that apparently you can stay at, and it's got a fire stove or wood burning stove or something. And I'm kind of tempted to try it out and see if I can stay a night in a cabin, but I looked in one cabin a few days ago and it was full of spider webs, and that freaked me out a little bit. So I'm going to see what it's like when I get there. Hopefully I'll get there before dark and I can have a little look round. But I have heard that there's a lot of mice in there, so not to sleep on the floor. Oh, there's so many horror stories, isn't there, about a cabin in the woods, but I know I need to get there because there's a pump there that you can get water from, so that's what I am aiming for tonight. So I'll hopefully get there in a few hours, and it'll probably be about 6:30, 7 o'clock when I get there, so it'll just be getting dark. So worst case scenario, I can camp outside. I've just arrived at the sign for the South Brown Shelter, which is where I'm going to head to tonight. It's got a little bit dark, but I am nearly there. Oh, this is just creepy. Oh my gosh. Who does this? Oh. You probably can't see this, but it is something out of a horror film. I've not even stepped in yet. Oh my goodness, just look at that. This is reminding me of so many horror films. I think it's safe to say that the mice have found this place as well. Oh yeah, lots of mouse droppings. Oh, this is creepy. I think I'd rather sleep outside. Oh.